In the words of the late George Carlin, BS is the glue that binds us together as a nation. Here comes a ton of it. It's time for BSing with Big Nate.
Before the sickest tricks, yeah, and the lapdog that won't bite. I want a lapdog when I'm feeling lonely. All of this man in the light. Play along before the sickest tricks, yeah, and the lapdog that won't bite. Want a lapdog when I'm feeling lonely. All of this man in the light. Play along before the sickest tricks, yeah, the lapdog won't bite.
Welcome into another edition of BSing with Big Nate. I'm Big Nate, and this weekend we're finally back in the studio as we're still doing our social distancing thing and what goes with that. But phase one means I can come back in the studio. Of course, want to keep the BS rolling, and I am joined today by a band that was kind enough, well, two members of a band that was kind enough to reach out to us and let us know what they've got going on. I've got Oogie Hollow and Mike of RIND. Thanks for joining me, fellas.
Thanks for having us, man.
All right, so Oogie, you are vocalist, and according to the Facebook Guitars, Mike's the drummer.
Yes, sir. Correct.
All right, we're going to do an artist profile here. We're going to find out about RIND, and I want to go back to the start. How did RIND come together?
Well, me and him we're brothers actually, and we had a couple of projects beforehand that kind of fell through, and then some of the music we had been writing that was never good for those projects, we ended up just kind of bringing over and starting a new project with some friends of ours, and actually our dad plays keyboards for us, so we ended up it's a nice little family band. Yeah, it's cool.
No, I like it. I can dig that. So we just heard Lapdog off of your second album, Strange Birds. It's kind of, I want to say, like, it's got that, of course, RIND, from what I understand, is an acronym for Rock Is Not Dead. And it's got that very, it's almost got like it combines all the generations of rock. It's got a very groove and a soul to it. So how did you guys come about that sound? I know, obviously, we got Mike here with an Avenged Sevenfold shirt and see a Beatles patch.
Yeah.
Obviously, the influences are all over the place. So how did you manage to meld that all together so well?
Well, me and him, we grew up, listening to, my dad was always blaring rock and roll, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, Pink Floyd, stuff like that. So rock was always just part of us. And then as, we grew up, we started finding bands of our, bands of our own, like you said, Avenged Sevenfold and Slipknot and bands like that. And even, heavier bands. And we just love all the different kinds of music, and especially at the time we weren't listening to the radio a lot, so when we started this band we decided to kind of go back to our roots a little bit and stuff like that, and then kind of brought some our music influence into it as well. So a lot of it was just kind of getting together, sitting in a room, just kind of jamming a couple of tunes, and we'd feel a couple out, like, oh wait, what are you doing right there, that sounds pretty cool, and then all of a sudden the song comes together and we're bringing yeah, absolutely. So it's been a fun process.
That's kind of what I like to hear. Like I said, you've got 2 albums out right now. The most recent back in 2018. What is your process like? When you guys are going in, how long does it look like? Like, are you getting together, jamming, really fleshing everything out beforehand, and then going into the studio, or is it kind of, how does that work for y'all?
Well, doesn't matter how much you have it fleshed out. The studio always changes things. Just tends to happen that way. But normally, me and him will definitely have a handful of songs, and then a few we jam with everybody. And if we have a bit of material that we really like, we just go ahead and throw it into the studio. And then a lot of the process kind of comes as we're in there working. We've actually been in the studio for about a year now, working on our 3rd record, taking our time. But a lot of stuff on this record is actually going to be like freestyle. A lot of the solos, we didn't practice them at all. We just kind of went in, and this is our first time recording reel to reel too. So no process is the same. We like to think we're on top of what we're doing, but we're winging it most of the time, I think. But it's an experience every time.
It's really cool to go back and do it the more authentic way and kind of seeing how the whole process works within the reel to reel.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing it on tape. It's a different.
I love it.
Together.
So you've been recording for years. So with everything going on with the coronavirus, I know I can't speak. You guys are out of Ohio, of course. I know in Virginia here, we had like pretty much everything just shut down and the world kind of stopped here in March. Did that delay your guys' process, or were you guys put in a position where you were able to focus on it even more, maybe?
Well, everything had shut down here too, and everyone was self-quarantining. So we took quite a few weeks off, and we were all kind of just, in our individual home lives and taking care of stuff there. And so everything kind of went for a halt for a second because we had to stop working on the bus for a little bit. We had to stop, everything. We lost a whole 44-day tour that got canceled, and so everything really just kind of got put still for a minute. But it was it was hard for us to feel bad for ourselves because everyone's kind of going through it, especially like local businesses and stuff like that, and people out of work. And so we just tried to do our part by staying safe and staying home. And now that things are starting to slowly move back into the direction of normalcy in some way, we're starting to get back at it, and get back to where we kind of left off.
That's what I like to hear. So I want to mention something. You dropped a little tidbit in there that I was clued into when we were trying to set this all up. You stopped working on the bus. What is the bus?
Oh, yes. Our bus, we've named Bus Lightyear, and it's a 2000 and
2005 International.
yeah.
We actually drove down to Florida to go get it, and then we actually pulled a straight 20 hours all the way through, all the way back.
To get the bus back to Ohio from Florida. And yeah, she's what are we at 35, 36 foot or something like that?
36 feet.
So she's a big old girl, and we decided you know, we had a band van which we named Ace Van Tour, which we loved that van, and we went all the way to New York and a few places in it, and the transmission went out, and we were kind of left where we had to either buy a new van and a big trailer to haul our stuff around, or we could get ourselves a bus and kind of go in style and be a little more comfortable and stuff like that. And that's kind of what we ended up going with. And we found this beauty, and we've just kind of been on a roll.
I'd say it's been a fun process all the way through.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute, we're in the bus right now, aren't we? I can see the ceiling.
Yeah. Yes, and the unfinished walls. Yes.
You guys have something that a lot of bands don't, and I love it. How did you even find a bus? Like, was it just like scouring Craigslist across the country, or?
A lot of us, like, we go down Facebook, go down Craigslist, and the biggest thing we wanted to find was something out of state, because when you buy something up here north a little bit, a lot of the bottoms are completely rusted out from all the salt. And finally, our grandpa hit us up. He's like, "You guys want any help? Like, I can look at," because he lives down in Florida. We're like, "Yeah, if you can find anything." And then he found this bus in Arcadia, Florida. And next thing you know, I think it was like January 1st, like January
9th, I think maybe.
Yeah, it was January 9th.
But we were on a plane down to pick it up. It just happened real fast, and it was one we liked. We liked the look of it and everything, and all the specs were pretty good on it. So we just pulled the trigger.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is. But everyone, the whole tiny living thing is such a huge movement right now, and everyone who watches HGTV or anything like that, you get the bug for it. And the band is honestly our perfect excuse to kind of go tiny and travel with each other a little bit, but plus do what we love and try to get ourselves out there. So
I like it. Speaking of travel, you guys got some plans. It looks like you're Lord willing, everything going according to plan. You guys are going to be out our way in July.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, July 9th. Yeah, we're pretty excited. It's we're hitting all kinds of places. We're Jersey, New York, and even out west and stuff like that. But a lot of things are still kind of up in the air as far as especially New York, because we had a few shows on Manhattan and then Brooklyn and stuff.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in Manhattan like July, I think July 3rd to end up being. I think it'll be like July 3rd, like 4th. Or no, July 3rd, 5th, 6th. Then we're going to be like in Brooklyn for a little bit.
And then we'll be heading down towards you guys after that. So
yeah, it looks like there's like a 16-day period where there was only like 2 days off. You guys are hustling. I love it. Yeah, you guys are playing at Rising Silo. It's a brewery out here. It's pretty incredible. That's July the 9th, and that's going to be one to not miss.
Yeah, we're excited. We always look up all the places that we're playing to kind of get an idea of, well, A, where we're going to park a big bus, B, what the situation is going to be like and stuff, and we're pretty excited. It looks like a lot of fun.
Place.
Yeah.
I can't speak for parking in Manhattan or New York or anything like that, but I can tell you there's plenty of places to park a bus around here. We kind of combine the metropolitan and the rural, so
sure,
a nice little blend there. So you guys will be all set. Give me just a second here. Hold on.
You're good. Yeah, we're excited to come check the place out. That's one of the best parts of touring, is getting to see new places and meet new people and all that good stuff.
That's really like it. Sorry, yeah, I've got your website open and I had refreshed it and it started playing and I was like hearing two things at once. But that's another thing we want to talk about here is where can the BS and with Big Nate fans find RIND?
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. You can listen to our music on our website. You can find any of our shows on like Bands in Town or Songkick. And then we have we're always posting our tour dates up on our website, so you can always find them there too.
Absolutely.
So the website's rindohio.com, and as I was mentioning, they do something pretty cool on their website that a lot of bands don't do and really need to do, is you can listen to RIND right on the website. It's just ready right there, ready for you to rock. But thank you guys for joining me. We look forward to seeing you in the area July the 9th. Of course, you can interact with them online. RIND Ohio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They got you covered.
All the good stuff.
All right.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having
Absolutely.
me.
Thank you.